Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to tonight's live session. I am Eric Yamamoto, and we're going to keep going into these thumbnails. So where we left off last week was with this dog, and the shadow grows on the wall. And I wasn't sure if I liked it or not, but I don't know. It leaves a lot to the imagination when you show the shadow. But I also forgot to put in, just write shadow. Okay, they all run toward. Hey, Paul. It is going. How are you doing? Hey, Jamal. What's up? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. That's like I got my chat up. I'm figuring that out. I made a new thumbnail. That was pretty cool. And I have that waiting screen, which is new. Each time I'm trying to do something new for this channel. Hey, TDM. Thanks, Jamal. I totally traced it. But this is what I first did with that thumbnail. I first drew it out real quick. And I was thinking, maybe I should do it like this, or like this, like this. I'm like, F it, I'm just gonna take a photo and trace it. It's totally okay to trace. You know, it's tracing an image is, there's an art to it. Not many people can do it, but hopefully, hey, okay. What's up, Trevor? All good, all good. Wait, Trevor, where are you from? Are you from Los Angeles? Somewhere else in America? Cool, from LA. And the writer's strike is over. I'm very happy about that. Again, we still have the actors to get their deal settled. Anyhow, I'm just going to keep going. So right here, maybe you feel this dog right there, and he starts to grow. You're seeing all the other dogs coming right here. We're gonna miss you once you get busy. Yeah, no, I'm going to still do the live streams, Jamal. I just won't do them as often. It'll probably be like once a week. Because, I don't know, so far this has been such a great community of people that, you know, I want to see it grow, and I want to see others be able to get better, you know? And what I'm thinking is that, like, later, if this starts getting more popular, then I'll probably do like a subscription model. But all the people who are like, who have been here since the start, like they don't need to get that subscription for the live streams. But it's just something I've been thinking about. Because I don't know. Also, I was also thinking it might be cool, like to get a Discord or something. And then later we can, you know, if there's a job that I can't take or something, I could pass it to one of you folks, you know? And, but then I think it would be pretty cool that we all, like, you know, just look after each other's work and make sure that we're all growing. You know, even I'm still growing as an artist. I mean, even though that I've worked on big pictures doesn't mean I'm done learning. You got to keep pushing yourself, even when you are a professional. You still got to find some ways to inspire yourself. Yeah. Discord would be pretty dope. Oh, so next Wednesday, I'm having a friend come on. He is a up-and-coming director, and I met him at a birthday party. One of my wife's best friend's neighbor is the director who's going to be coming in. It's just super random. I mean, so yeah, we'll basically take his script, and maybe he'll come in with a shot list, and we'll just start drawing and having some back and forth. And, you know, show you what happens when we go at it. Has anyone else worked with the director before? You know, I'm not sure if it's horror yet. I have yet to read the script. 100%, Paul, 100%. Got to keep your tools sharp. Always. Okay. So I'm at 22. Nice. You've worked with directors, but only on commercials. What commercials have you done, Jamal? By the way, I think Paul is going to be starting a live stream also. And I think it'd be pretty dope if we did some kind of collaboration. And I don't know, just see how each other's processes are. How's it going there, Paul, with the whole setup and everything? Oh, cool. Small businesses. Oh, Jamal, you're from North Carolina? Or are you from Los Angeles? Or do you live in Los Angeles? Oh, Florida. Oh, crazy. Oh, and Florida. Nice. Oh, it's crazy, man. Sorry about that, being so late. And Paul, I think you're up in Philly. Is that correct? Sometimes for actiony stuff, I like to just draw it straight like this. This is my perspective. And then at the very last, like after I draw it all out, I'll just select it and just cant it just a little bit like that. And it gives just a little bit off center, or just gives it a little dynamism. Central Pennsylvania, next to Penn State. Nice. So what I'm thinking here is yeah, that would be dope. That'd be great. Let's do it. So basically what I'm doing here is I drew out the dog and then rack focus. All the other dogs start charging. And, you know, I was like half asleep last Friday and I started just drawing the shadow like this. And then picking back up, I drew this shadow because I wanted to see all the dogs charging at the one dog transforming, and then they all come toward, and then a couple of them get kicked back like this as this dog, or as the stranger dog, we'll call it thing dog now since it's transformed, hits it back. And then after I did this, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna come back to this, so it's like a POV shot of these dogs just charging at the thing dog transforming, and you're just seeing it. We're like pushing in on it as it's transforming. So maybe you could take this and then cut away from this, so it'll be more like this charging, frontal POV to that as you're seeing it. Or maybe it's more like changing to like to this shot, and then this shot, and then this shot. Cool. So let's see, what's our next thing we're going to do? Okay, we go to 25. And this is the shot where McReady, here, let me highlight it right here, is in the pub going over video footage. And hey, really quick, how many people are on right now? Because I can't even see how many people are on. Four. Cool. Thanks, Jamal. Okay, McReady is in the pub going over video footage. So let's say here's this one. We have McReady right here. Cool, thanks, Paul. So there's one more person that has not revealed themselves. Feel free to say hello. And if not, it's all good. That's good too. Just want to see everyone's background, where they're coming from. Profile of him. Okay, so 25. He's going over footage, profile of him and the screen. He turns away from us to the door. He hears a far-off clamor of the dogs. So I had this idea like this. Maybe there's a door over here. You think about lighting this early on? Depends. It really depends. But I try not to, because that's a whole nother side of the brain for me. But I mean, if I were to, like, I just had to flip my brain on right now to be like, okay, well, where would the light be? Probably from the screen. Maybe a light on the door, maybe a light back here. But if I were, I'd just throw gradients like this. I like gradients a lot. And then go like that. Grab a soft brush. Like that. And I was saying maybe right here. Maybe right there. And you know, like I kind of made a name for myself for being fast. And I don't know. There's pluses and minuses of being fast. Like, the pluses are that, hey, you get a lot of work, you know. But the minuses is that they expect it fast all the time, and you kill you. I killed myself for doing things fast. So now I'm kind of like trying to learn how to pace myself. I was going to say that was a quick lighting setup. Yeah, it was kind of quick. I mean, I'm not 100% on it, you know, but it, but yeah, it's I try to go quick. merge it down. No, sleepless nights are not a normal thing. I don't think you should do that. I do have to wake up pretty early tomorrow again. I mean, I could noodle this as much as I want, but these are thumbnails right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. See, like, I don't worry about tone until later, because like right now I'm going to do the camera pushes in and then he turns. And like when you think about lighting too early, then, well, I got to redraw it anyways, kind of a thing. But, oh, but what I was bringing back about being fast is that sometimes I would just draw these thumbnails out like this, just like this, and then the director would be like, "Hey, these are great," and they said clean it up, and I'm like, well, what does that mean? What does clean up mean? I mean, that means, does it mean like ink it to make it look like a comic book? Does it mean tone it? Does it mean just make them clearer, but I found like a happy medium where you just throw tone on it, and like when you throw tone on something, it allows you to read the image better. Like just doing that, it gives you a lot. I'm learning a ton. I'm still a student, so seeing your workflow is helping me wrap my head around the process. Cool, Trevor. So, like, are you learning screenwriting at the moment? Jamal, do you use color sometimes if it's a lot? Yes, I totally use color if there's a lot of characters. That really helps. That was like an animation trick. Using color. But Trevor, yeah, so you're in school at the moment, or are you learning screenwriting by yourself? Oh, you're learning how to draw. Oh, cool. How are you learning how to draw? You know, the way I learned how to draw, like proper, like storyboard drawing, was I've been taking a few art center extension classes and doing self-study. Yeah, I actually taught a art center extension class in 2021, like 2 years ago. So the way that I learned how to draw, like proper, like storyboard drawing, is from books. Like I went to the Art Institute of Chicago, and I mean, it taught me how to, you know, think creatively, like make conceptual art. But it didn't teach me the foundations of like how to draw a sphere, you know, how to draw a cylinder, these things, how to draw a square. Like these things are super important. These are like fundamentals. And then like learning how to turn it. I mean, I still don't know how to turn it very well. But it's like, you got this, like that. But anyways, I learned that stuff from a guy named Glenn Villepeu. Has anybody heard of him? Oh, crazy. You knew that so you saw that I taught at Art Center. Is that right, Trevor? Oh, when knocking out digital thumbnails, I try to stick with 3 values. Crazy. Cool. Paul, when knocking out digital thumbnails, I try to stick with 3 values, black, 50% gray, and white. Oh, that's cool. I'm curious about your workflow, Paul. Like, do you, when you do thumbnails, do you do your thumbnails like all, like you draw them all first and then you go back to do your toning, or do you go and just draw and then tone and then move to the next? Draw, tone, next. So I'm doing a low angle shot of Mac right here. It's kind of like, what the fuck? Frontal on Mac. Okay, we did that. Interior pole. Okay, so 27 I'm gonna skip because we'll let a DP figure that out. 27 interior nulls. Toss and turn. Calling this my master for him because I'd probably see him get up and exit in that same shot. 27, and go over here. 28. Or 28. On Actually, let me just go like this. No. I'm going to skip this. On Clark. Mac enters 29. Hey Jamal, how long have you been storyboarding for? And same question goes to Paul. Curious about you guys. Oh, cool. That's cool workflow, Paul. Sometimes I will just draw from shot to shot. Oh, very cool. Very cool, Paul. Yeah, I used to use the timeline a lot until I got to use Storyboard Pro, which is, it just kind of changed my workflow. I always change my workflows up all the time just to keep it fresh. About Jamal, about 5 years, but only out of necessity. I've always worked on small production teams. Very cool. I want to be a full-time storyboard artist. Very cool. Well, let's get you there. Let's figure it out. All right, so now I'm on 31. On Clark, walking down the tunnel. So yep, we're on Clark again. Do I ever turn my thumbnails into animatics? Yes. Yes, I do. Hey, Bruce Lee. Yo, liking the longer streams. Great, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I wasn't sure if people liked them or not. Follow Clark approaching the counter door. He looks in, lots of barking. Maria, I'm still trying to nail down the fundamentals, but I'm shifting into more project-based learning. Helpful. Oh, I'm so glad, Maria. When you talk about project-based learning, are you saying like you're creating your own projects, or are you helping people and doing free stuff, or maybe even paid stuff? woods. And we'll go. Now we'll go here, camera follows. Yes, like little comics are fun. Very cool. Do you post your comics up? Like to Instagram or something? Not yet. You should try doing it, you know? I only recently started to post my stuff up because, well, I'd always get kind of self-conscious because, I mean, storyboards, I mean, some of the movies that I work on, the storyboards are so rough that they don't look pretty, you know? Like, when you have like people on Instagram, some of their work looks like so amazing, and it's just like that must have taken them a long time, you know. But I don't know, I get self-conscious. But then recently I've been just like, you know what, I'm not working, I got nothing to lose, might as well just do it. And there's just been a lot of positive feedback. I mean, I'm learning not to worry about the amount of likes that I get and just worry about the people that I'm engaging with. Like, I got to meet Paul. Never met him in person, but met him on Instagram. Jamal, I met Jamal on LinkedIn, and we just start having great conversations. And then Bruce, I met you on Instagram. I think this is our first time meeting. Trevor, I don't, how did you find me, Trevor? I'm not really sure. But Maria, I think we met on Instagram as well. But what I wanted to say is, it's like you get all right, comedians, they get instant feedback. Like when they're on stage and they're saying a joke, like they get instant feedback. If no one's laughing, then it didn't hit. And with Instagram or with social media now, you could post something and people will like it or they won't like it. And it's kind of this weird experiment, like seeing what works. And I'm still kind of figuring that out. Oh, cool, Trevor. I wanted to take your class and I saw your Instagram. Very cool. Trevor, I'm very curious. I'd like to see some of your art. Did you follow me on Instagram? Yeah, I'd like to see some of your stuff. So I'm following. Haven't posted anything yet, but I should. Yeah, totally, you know. I've seen, what was that? Is it called DeviantArt? I think it was DeviantArt. No, conceptart.org. I don't even know if it's still there, but it showed a guy, his journey from like not knowing how to draw to being like a photorealistic drawer in a span of like 7 years. He would post all the time, And it's great to see people's progress. And yeah, you should totally post. Paul, you just got to do it. Post. Don't worry about likes. I've been posting daily for quite some time now. It keeps me consistent and my work has improved over the years. You meet cool folks too. That's awesome, Paul. That is awesome. Yeah, Paul, how long have you been boarding for? So here's the thing. Some directors like it to be like 32 and then the next one 32A. But in Storyboard Pro, it goes 32A. That's the first panel, and then 32B. I wish there was a way of customizing it so it goes 32, 32A. But, you know, each numbering has been kind of difficult to make like a universal numbering system. I wish there was. So he looks in. I'll do a POV because that's what it says. Clark's POV, it's blackness, just kennel, still barking. So since it's just darkness, I'll go like that. And then you have the cage like this. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm gonna go like this. And I'm doing it like that. So it looks like it's blurred out. Trying to look through something. Some kind of darkness. Wide full shot of Clark. Wide full shot of Clark. We're inside the kennel. He's unlatching the door. He's angry. Okay. Paul, I learned how to board back in the early 90s out of necessity for a project that I had to write a script and animate. Crazy. Off and on over the years, I've been boarding for a while now for clients. Very cool. Is there much of a film scene in Philadelphia or Pennsylvania? During the video shoots and music videos, decided to go all the way with storyboarding. Very cool. So here's Clark. He's opening the door. It's like, what has gotten into you? More music videos. Very cool. Would you have to make animatics for the music videos, like to time it out and everything? Very cool. Very cool. So he opens the door, POV of Clark. See darkness. So it's what's gotten into. Oh wow, yeah, animatics are definitely what's yeah, animatics definitely help sell you for sure. Punch in on Clark. I'll have him. Kind of like kind of wincing. You know, that's a, I really feel like all storyboard artists should be a PA sometime. I mean, if they want to do live action, because then you really get to know how to shoot a film and what to think about when you're filming or when you're boarding. Yeah, it's really good experience though. That's awesome, Paul. So now I'm looking at my reference because this is the moment when the dog gets chucked. I like this posture. I mean, this is super sad, but let's see what we could do to it. So I tried that dog, but it wasn't working for me. So I'm doing a different angle. You know, when it comes to clients, I always try to let them know what my process is. So it's like, you know, when they come back and they see a drawing like this, you know, they're not expecting that to be I let them know this is a thumbnail. This is not the final thing. I just need to get a sign off so I don't put all this time in. But I basically just say, okay, this is the way I do it. I like to, for features, I say I usually like to shot list first and then thumbnail. And then from there, after the thumbnails, I'll give them to you. And you can assess and see how you like it. And then after that, then I'll move on to roughs. And then from roughs, depending on the time, maybe ink it and then go into some tone. Tone is like if there's time. Totally, Paul. Totally agree. Drawing in some speed lines right here. All right, I gotta bounce pretty soon. Have I ever done a feature without a shot list? Well, when I'm talking with directors like face to face, then yeah, I don't usually have a shot list. So yes, I have done it without a shot list, but man, shot list helps so much. Just like let you not have it doesn't allow me, it helps me not lose track of what I was doing. Like, let's say, like, you know, we've been doing this for what, 2 weeks now? And like, I know I'm on shot 34 where I don't have to keep looking back and forth. It's like a raccoon, but it's all good. You know how to make it. This is how you make it look not like a raccoon. Dog is hurled. That is how you do it. That's what I do when there's no time. You just write it in. Profile of dog getting slammed. Profile of Clark getting slammed to the ground. think I'm gonna actually add this back in here. This is another thing that I do. Let's say if I do a sketch of something, I'll just lightly like erase away and then draw right on top of it. Oh, how often do you animate the camera versus doing the arrows? Dude, I've been animating the camera so much these days that it's like, it's a lot of work. But, like I started off, when I started off storyboarding, just doing arrows. But then I did this animation for Riot Games. And they said, let's not use arrows. Let's just show it all through motion. I'm like, okay, you know, let's do it. So I tried it out, and I mean, it's really effective, but it just takes more time. But then I always try to find ways of doing workarounds. So yeah, maybe I'll show how I move the camera around in one of these episodes. Let me write this note down. How Eric moves camera in 3D space in 2D. Topic. These are great questions. These are fantastic questions. But you know, I feel like a storyboard artist is kind of like a generalist. You got to know like so many things. Like when I was actually like starting this live streaming thing, oh, it's 10:30. I got to roll. But just really quick, as a storyboard artist, you got to wear the hat of the director who's in charge of the performance, but you're also the actor because you got to make that performance. You got to be the cinematographer doing the lighting and the camera. You got to be the set designer trying to figure out like the sets and the time period, costumes. You got to think of, I mean, I try not to think about costumes because that's like, only if they ask, I'll do it. And also you got to figure out story. You got to know, yeah, you got to know how to do story. You got to know how to animate a little bit. There's so many things, but then you're kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons character. Like you're not like all of your attributes aren't like all 100%. It varies. Like some stories are higher, some your like draftsmanships are really great, but your story skills aren't very good. Like I know storyboard artists who like, they say, I don't want to worry about the shots, just tell me what to draw and I'll draw it. That's not me. I like to be involved. I like to talk about the story. Like recently I've been trying to do more, like just build up my draftsmanship, because like I said, I started off with speed. So like if I ever needed to, I could just knock something out really fast. But then when I need to make it look a little bit more polished, I got to slow down a bit. So there's a lot of give and take, and you know, it's good to know what interests you and where you land as an artist. Do you do more writing? You know, do you do more tonal work? Do you like doing more action stuff? Do you like doing more like visual effects? You know, just there's so much, but we're all trying to get better, you know? So on that note, it's 10:32. I'm going to call it a night. I will pick back up on Wednesday. Hopefully I'm not too tired, but thank you guys. Have a great rest of your week. Talk to you on Wednesday.